Hello everybody, Warfire here, and welcome to week 6 of ProtonSplatLeague, presented by HeTap. In about 4 minutes, give or take, got a matchup between the Inkslingers and Team Soul. Both teams are looking strong going into this week. It also just so happens to be the battle of my mods. As Red Gem Soda is on the Inkslingers, and Vic Firth is on Team Soul. Now, let's go and get a co-commentator in the stream for this. Welcome to the comm box.
Hello, warrior.
Butter. Already had the team introductions here. Especially the Battle of the Mods thing. One other thing I got to mention. This also have 2 PSL officials competing in this match. So, the captain of the Inkslingers, an arbiter, and a soul member, Super Icy.
Every time I go like it's feeling, and every time I
Right. Still waiting on the room to open up. Butter, since you're on the stats team, is there any information that you would have about
Warrior, you do know you have yourself muted, right?
Hate on the stream?
Oh wait, is that my end? That's... I think that might be my end, actually. Oh wait, do I have you... Oh, I personally... Oh, I'm sorry, I accidentally had you personally muted.
Oh.
How did I personally mute you? Alrighty, well... You know, that just happens sometimes.
Oh, that was
So I was told that you would be hosting the room, apparently?
I was not told that. So this is the first time hearing.
Well, that's what I heard from Arbiter.
Right.
If you would like me to host it, I can.
Yeah, I can host it. Now, for the password protection program for on the stream, say hello to Poppy Alpha.
Warrior, put up the room. It's match time.
Yes,
apparently, we didn't know that he was supposed to be putting up the room until now.
Just put up the room, and hopefully...
We're doing that right now, Outlaw. I mean, Warrior.
Actually, Butters, why don't you set up the room? Because you have more reliability.
Alrighty, then.
I was about to say, let Butters do it, because Butters has more reliability out of everyone here.
The password that everyone knows. That's from your guys'...
Yeah, I figured.
I've already got the room open.
Oh, well... Either one works.
If people start DCing
Red, you don't count.
In my internet.
If people start DCing from you, Warrior, we're moving to Butters.
Right.
Oh, Lamau, I don't think I have you added. Big funny.
What's the code?
Right. Just
Oh, all 5s.
And that's.
Who the hell's gonna join the room? There's gonna be fool.
Warrior, what's the code?
I
It's
posted
all
in
5s.
Oh, really? It's just that's it? Come
Yeah.
on. Original.
Warrior would have been guessed anyways. It doesn't matter that much. Also, yeah, I don't have you added, Lamau, so I have to wait for one of them.
Red's in the room.
Alrighty, folks. We'll get up since I messed everything up. Alrighty, folks. Since we're in the room, we can start going over teams. So, we have... This match is a very interesting one that has been... Everyone looks... Well, the mod team looks forward to it every single season due to the fact we have both of the mod team... two mods playing to see whose team is named the best.
Yep.
We have Ann Arbiter's team, the Inkslingers, and Icy repping Soul. Super Icy repping Soul. Inkslingers this year having recently lost 3 of their players, coming in hot, taking quickly 3rd place. 3rd to 1st place. I forget what place they're in right now. Here, I need to get scores up. Currently they're in 2nd place with 36 points. Right below them is Team Soul with 26 points. This is the match, folks. If Team Inkslingers takes this, Team Soul has a chance to lose their 3rd place spot to the Team Salt Shakers, and if Team Soul wins this, they have the chance to take Inkslingers 1st or 2nd. It's a very important match for both ends. Since we're still waiting on other people, we'll go through recent matches that they've played. Coming from Inkslingers, they've had it pretty decently easy up until now, all excluding C's, where they got absolutely wrecked 1-9, completely shut out, and then proceeded to 9-0. Almost every other team, including Hyperlight Splatners, Splashdown Crusaders, and Pasta Squid. But unfortunately, they lost their Clam Blitz match to Spectacular Dolphins, putting them down 1 point. Right now, it's really the match to see where people end up. Team Soul not having their best season so far, taking off a strong stride by going 9-0 with Rainbow Aqua, but unfortunately taking only 1 game off of Inksync. And then almost fumbling to Salt Shakers, almost losing 9-2. But unfortunately for Salt Shakers, they had a whole mess of internet problems. And they 9-0'd Inktoberfest and had a bye week. So they're coming fresh off of a bye week into this match, which is probably going to be very interesting.
Yep. It's definitely gonna be a good match.
Definitely going to be an interesting match.
Yep.
Inkslingers are projected to mostly win this one due to how sporadically Soul has been playing.
Right, and there's the title member for Turf War.
Playing for Turf War on Inkslinger's side, we got Red Gem Soda, Eclud, or A as some people call them, King of the Dogs or King, and Arbiter. For Soul, we have Alpha Outlaw, Blue Racer, Vickworth, and John 2.
Map for Turf War, New Albacore Hotel. Gotta watch out for the water under the bridges.
Classical map to see a lot of people fall into the water, and always hilarious to watch someone fail a baller on the bridge and fall into the water. If you're watching this, you know who you are, and get wrecked to the mouth. Going over players, we have so from Inkslingers, we have Red Gem Soda, a very interesting player that was really a mainstay of what was the last of Forbidden Liquidators last season. A very nice backline player. Loves to down himself, which is his main drawback. A very heavy flex player that can play a lot of different weapons very well. The only thing is that they're not very good at being in the position that they should be. King of the Dogs, a very aggressive frontline player. He's very good at getting essential picks. Unfortunately, when he's not getting those essential picks, he's usually not doing much. And Ann Arbiter, the mainstay of the Inkslingers, the king of them all, the one who plays the tent and does the good. You mostly will see him doing a lot of good things, like getting essential picks, backing off when he should, and being in very good positions. Ann Arbiter is definitely the one to look out for.
Alright, and getting started on match. I see a bucket of red.
Coming on, we have for the Inkslingers, we got a nice light blue color. Coming from Team Soul, we have a nice magenta red. Coming from Team Inkslingers, we have a Bob Lopper Deco, an NZAP 85, the custom Dually Squelchers, and the L3 Nozzle Nose. From Team Soul, we have the Splattershot Junior, the Splattershot Pro, the I cannot remember that one. The Splattershot.
So the Splushomatic 7, I believe. Yes, Splushomatic 7, and the Hero Replica Dualies. Taking from the Team Soul, quickly taking a down right in the beginning. For Team Inkslingers to take almost all of mid. Currently, Soul is trying to push up, but King denying them, and Arbiter taking out Outlaw. John securing the kill on Arbiter and is unable to do much due to Red using his special to stop his push. Most Team Soul is coming back around to help John. John is currently taking the flank, going to trade with A. Which is nice. King the Dong's currently going into Soul's base. Outlaw having none of that and going out into mid. Outlaw going for Arbiter, taking him out. And King managed
Vic going down to King.
Vic, but got punished for it by John 2.
Unfortunately, Inkslingers took a lot of hits there, and that gives Solely enough time to get back into mid and start painting. Arbiter goes down to a cheeky bomb. King trading with blue. That A going down to missiles, that is probably going to be a very detrimental time for that to happen. Red also going down. This is not the time to be doing this. Team Soul quickly taking over Inkslinger's base.
There's definitely a lot of red here. Outlaw jump back to base.
There's definitely a lot of red coming from both ends.
Yep. And
Armor going out with 30 seconds left on the clock. Team Soul really needs to get back into mid. They can get that essential pick on King and Arbiter. That's going to be game.
Arbiter takes out John 2.
Blue Racer being forced back into their base.
unable to push up. Vic taking advantage of them being distracted and going into mid, painting up 14 seconds or left on the clock. Blue Racer going down. That is 10. They're in danger, and I'm calling it game already.
Yeah, that's definitely a
King going down to Vic at the last second. That cheeky hammer missing, and that's game. That was a nice back and forth match from Seoul, but unfortunately they weren't able to hold it after they got it.
Now, got 1 point for Inkslingers.
That nice 2,060 points. Or 1,060 painted from Arbiter. Next map up, we have Splat Zones.
On the worst Splat Zones map, Black Belly Skate Park.
Yosh would like to have a word with you.
Well, Yosh is wrong about that.
I don't know, I feel like there could be worse. I feel like Skipper Pavilion exists, so, you know.
It's... there's a lot of people who definitely agree that Black Belly Zones is awful.
I'm not arguing the fact that it's awful, but I'm not saying it's the worst map. I definitely see it's definitely not the worst Zones map in my opinion, but is it a good map? That's arguable. Coming in for the subs, we have Red Gem Soda switching out for Robbie Roo. Robbie Roo has been recently seen playing a lot of frontline weapons when he would used to back in Season 1 and 2 exclusively play backline. It's an interesting switch coming from him. Currently, Alpha Outlaw and Alpha Outlaw and Vic Worf have switched for Sprinks and Icy. Sprinks is it's a decently well-known backline player, known for playing mostly snipers and, well, mostly all backline weapons. Icy, the other mod, the ultimate fight, the fight of the showdown, the juniors commence, the ultimate destroyer of all, the fight of the mods commences, Splat Zones Black Belly.
Now, once get into it, I will show why Black Belly Zones is awful.
We have the match that everyone's been waiting for. Icy versus Arbiter, the junior showdown. For the last ever since Season 3 started, Icy and Arbiter have been talking constant shit to each other, accusing each other of being even worse than them at playing junior. Now they have committed to doing exclusively playing junior on Splat Zones, and it's going to be an interesting fight to see who is the better junior player.
Indeed. Alright. Black Belly Skate Park is, like the name suggests, a skate park. All kinds of empty pools, half pipes, and stuff for skating on.
Coming from the Inkslingers in orange and Team Seoul in that nice purple. From the Inkslingers, we have the Hero Roller replica, my weapon, showing up a King CDS or custom dually squelchers coming from King, and Ann Arbiter using the Splatter Shot Junior. Robbie Roo also shows Kenza Splatter Shot. Coming from Team Seoul, we have the normal ink brush, the Kenza Splatter Shot Pro, and the Kenza Dynamo Roller, along with the Splatter Shot Junior. Team Seoul quickly taking point and getting themselves a hefty lead that's still going. Inkslingers are definitely trying to get in, but unfortunately, due to the fact that the brush owns the top of the tower, there's not really much they can do. Robbie Roo getting that essential pick on the top, but unfortunately, all of Inkslingers goes down. That is the essential time for Seoul to take zone, and unfortunately, they don't really capitalize that much on it.
You can see that the position of the zones. They are both adjacent to the central tower, with a lot of vertical swimming required to get between the zones quickly. Which is
Inkslingers doing a surprising thing and going down a lot. Unfortunately, they don't seem to really be able to take out the verticality that Seoul has right now.
As Obi-Wan has stated so eloquently,
the ultimate battle between Arbor and Icy commences, ending them with a trade. That is a wipe from Inkslingers. That is making them even more points to Seoul. That is 30 points left on the clock. They need to get in now. They have no time to dilly-dally. Blue Racer almost stopping King of the Dogs. Unfortunately, they go down to Sprinks. One of the zones is taken, but unfortunately, I don't know if Inkslingers can hold it down. Robbie Root getting that essential missiles off, but unfortunately, they just cannot paint zone fast enough. Splashdown goes down, and that is penalty!
Take the zone.
They get penalty with 6 remaining. Can they come back? Sprinks goes down, but unfortunately, so does King of the Dogs. Blue Racer taking the really heavy flank route. But getting discovered by A almost immediately and dying. Booyah Bomb going down, getting Arbiter back up, and then die immediately. King of the Dogs taking out John.
By Icy.
Icy trying to get zone. They need to get zone right now and get that penalty started going down for them to even remotely have a chance. For them to continue that go. They gave Inkslingers penalty. Taking zone still. Inkslingers just don't have the ability to outpaint their verticality, which is costing them.
And Inkslingers take back the zone.
Sprinks taking out A, going for Arbiter, almost taking out King of the Dogs, but unfortunately misses by a few inches. Arbiter taking right below, using their bombs. Blue Racer going for Robbie, getting that trade. That trade might cost them. John 2 confronting King of the Dogs. Arbiter realizing that's what's going on and helps him out, taking out Icy and Sprinks. That's what they needed to do. Fortunately, Blue Racer was able to stop them for a little bit, which is just enough for the rest of their team to come back. The zone is being contested, which is not a thing you want to do with 1 minute left on the clock. Bomb taking out Arbiter on top. That is probably going to be detrimental. Splashdown from Blue Racer in their corridor. Booyah Bomb taking out King of the Dogs. One of the zones is taken. Can Seoul take the other? They take.
Very contested here.
It is all about that one zone. Inkslingers currently have it. No, they are unable to, and they take it. That is penalty. There is no way for either teams to KO, and that's a nice little penalty right there for Seoul. Inkslingers going fully down. That is going to be penalty. And something is telling me this is looking.
Has a solid control going into the last 10 seconds.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is not the time you want to wipe, and that is Seoul taking game number 2. No overtime point. Team Seoul showing what they can truly do.
So far in the 2 individual battles, it's 1-0 to Red, 1-0 to Icy.
Inkslingers just had nothing. They just couldn't deal with the verticality that Team Seoul had, and they just couldn't grasp the top. They didn't. Unfortunately, just the fact that that Seoul had a dynamo roller that could easily take out anyone that's on top, and just absolutely destroy them without any penalty coming from them. Just negated any type of push they would have up there.
Kaysen coming in for Robbie Roo. Kaysen is known for being... Oh, right, not Robbie. Kaysen coming in for A. Known for being a very aggressive K-Pro player. Has recently switched to other weapons, but he doesn't really like talking to me, so, I don't really know what he does.
Right. Right, like, waiting on
We're waiting on one person from Seoul, and I'm going to guess it's going to be Vic Worth. Right on cue with that nice little level right there.
Yep.
Shout out to the 69 gang.
Yep.
Nice.
Alright.
We have tower control and Snapper Canal coming right on up, boys.
The tower. Do you believe it starts sitting on top of the central tower in Snapper Canal?
Actually, I can't
Don't
remember.
We're gonna mute ourselves.
Yeah, we still mute, but
No, we don't. It's fine.
Can you give me the stream link so that way I could post the match on my stream?
It's in a self-promotion.
It is in self-promotion. I mean, also, if you want to talk pre-match, you can. There's nothing stopping you.
I mean, I'm just kind of happy of just seeing how my team did that match.
You guys just out-weaponed them. You guys just have better. You guys had a better comp than they did.
That's just nice solace, you know. Thanks.
So wait, who's the one streaming it?
Warrior.
Warrior Fire. I don't have capture card at the moment.
Let me look up.
It's in self-promotion, right above yours.
Self-promotion?
There's another post between.
Oh, my bad, my bad.
I just want to check up on, like, how are you two doing anyway?
Normal commentating things?
Yeah.
I mean, just, like, how was your day, since we have to do some pre-match co-com?
It's good.
Well, we're done pre-matching now, so we're back into it.
Alright.
You can hear my very energetic streaming voice.
And that central tower is actually missing here.
Yeah, there used to be a central tower there, but they removed it a while ago, actually. Coming from Inkslingers in the nice looking blue color, and Solon also a nicer looking green color. Coming from Inkslingers, we have the Luna Blaster, the
96 gal.
Yes, 96 gal, the Kenza Splatter Shot, and the Kenza Splatter Shot Pro from Kaysen. Coming from Seoul, we have Blue Racer running the Hero Brush replica. Sprinks running the Kenza Dynamo Roller. Icy running the K-Shot, also known as Kenzo Splatter Shot, and Vic Worth running the Splash-O-Matic 7.
That's the Sploosh.
Sploosh, my bad. I get those confused all the time.
And
Inkslingers quick taking the tower for a nice but small lead of 7. Right now, it's heavily contesting. Arbiter holding up their base, trying to take out Sprinks, because they know as soon as Sprinks goes down, that is going to be a push right there. King of the Dogs taking out one of them, ballering around to Sprinks. Sprinks having none of it, ready for the backlash. Robbie Roo and Kaysen. The flick kill. Vic going down. Arbiter not noticing that Booyah Bomb and going down. Icy, unfortunately, taking a tower that was not rightfully his and dying instantly.
Yeah, the tower's back in the center.
Robbie going down to Blue Racer. Inkjet goes off. Kaysen narrowly avoids a bomb while King the Dawn's get a nice double kill with one shot. The Inkslingers have pushed it to 90, but Kaysen just gets juked around by Blue Racer. Robbie Roo backing up, knowing the fact he cannot take that.
Briefly.
Robbie and Vic taking that trade. Icy going for, Arbiter going for, I can't speak now. Arbiter and Icy going for that epic 1v1. That type of stuff that we want to be seeing around here, folks. Because I don't know about you, but I wanted to see this match explicitly for those Arbiter versus Icy 1v1s. Vic going down. Blue Racer taking tower and taking out Kaysen. Booyah Bomb going off. Arbiter being learning from his last mistake and avoiding it. King the Dogs going into Baller, going for Sprinks, which is a smart play because Sprinks, as we know, Sprinks is their main backline. Unfortunately, that causes all of them to shift their attention to King, and they get to take tower past checkpoint 1.
And already to checkpoint 2.
This is the most movement we've seen, and we might get an instant we might get a one-run KO. Vic going down due to the fact he wasn't expecting the jump.
Tower's been abandoned.
Tower is getting voided for their one-go run, but they can still probably take it from here. Vic doing the smart thing, which is camping, but unfortunately showing himself. Vic going down to a bomb. Blue Racer, seeing that 2 people had just jumped, goes in, takes out Arbiter, goes for Kaysen, gets him too. Hover extending to Robbie, getting him, and causing Pin to go in. That is a quad from, in my book, that is a quad from Blue.
And Vic got the tower moving back to center.
That is not a one-run KO, but that is a number that would cause a comeback to happen if Seoul would like to even remotely win. Inkslingers, knowing the fact that they just need to hold the tower, go for the hyper-defensive on point 1 and 2. Vic going down to an essential hammer. That is 50 seconds left on the clock with Inkslingers owning mid. Something really needs to change right now. Vic is the only one left and getting taken down.
Ahead, Kaysen and just Kaysen on the tower.
Arbiter moving up onto their snipe, hoping to get some cheeky kills. 30 seconds left on the clock with most of Inkslingers trying to push it even further than they have already. Blue Razor going onto a tower that isn't rightfully theirs and getting killed. Kaysen barely not pushing it past 28 with 15 seconds left on the clock. Seoul needs to sit their butt on that tower immediately. Kaysen knowing what he needs to do, going immediately for the tower, going to die. Booyah Bomb goes off and Arbiter takes that. No overtime, folks.
And scores now 3-2.
Half a second later, they would have gotten an overtime point, but unfortunately, they just didn't want to. They unfortunately didn't sit in that Booyah Bomb.
And since two folks on commentary at the time to mention this, Alpha Outlaw, thank you for the follow. Now, up next, Rainmaker on Humpback Pump Track.
Humpback Pump Track. Very interesting. A very interesting map. Personally, one of my favorites, but only due to the fact that Bob Lopper is very variable on this map, making it a really fun time to go all Bob Loppers on.
And I've got Red coming back in for the Inkslingers.
Red Gem Soda, I'm gonna spoil a little thing on stream. I'm calling it, he's gonna use Bob Lopper.
Yeah. And based on what you said, that definitely makes sense. And
hey, also joining us back. Alright, I'm gonna revert my call and put it to both A and Red Gem. Either one of them is going to use Bob Lopper, because either one of them have shown interest in using that weapon.
Alright. For those who need a quick refresher, Rainmaker just need to pop a shield around the Rainmaker, pick it up, and carry it into the enemy base for the knockout.
I do not remember, but as I am correct, this is a one-tap map, which is for those people that don't know what that means that is if Inkslingers' soul gets that one, gets the pop and gets the quad right off the bat. They could KO them without Inkslingers being able to do anything. Which is why Rainmaker is considered one of the hardest maps to have for competitive. Due to the fact most of the maps you can KO instantly on. And for those wondering, yes, that does mean that Moray Towers is indeed a competitively viable map. And yes, I love that map, especially on Rainmaker. Fight me.
Generally, one of the most contentious maps. One I actually enjoy playing when it's Splat Zones, despite it being a T-zone map. It's very easy to get between both zones quickly.
The only reason why I like this its zones is due to the fact it's better than Splatoon 1. My bluff had not been called. None of them are using Bob Lobber. Inkslingers getting that extremely quick top. Vickworth going down. A taking the Rainmaker, getting absolutely murked by Blue Racer. Long with Robbie Roo. I'm dying. I need water after this. Red Gem and Arbiter taking the Rainmaker. Icy grabbing that sneaky little grab on it. He's going full send for it. None of the Inkslingers are even remain. He dodged the hammer, but the hammer completely saved them. Icy almost got the most cheeky play I've ever seen against Inkslingers.
I think Inkslingers are looking to reset the Rainmaker.
I don't believe. I guess they could reset it.
The follow.
Blue Racer getting that sneaky grab on it, unfortunately falling down. Red Gem Soda being the only one alive, getting taken out. Robbie Roo, they are going for that KO.
And
Robbie Roo doing the ultimate 10,000 IQ play, shooting from below, stopping their push. Sprints getting destroyed from behind. They almost had that as Robbie Roo had gone down.
The Rainmaker, pushing up at the right side.
As you can see, it's very easy to catch an opponent off guard like that.
That goes down quickly. Arbiter pops.
Splashdown happens. Brace is the only one left. Unfortunately, our Inkslingers are unable to take advantage of that play right there. Noticing the fact that Vic jumped behind them. Unfortunately, they alert the team and get him destroyed.
Yeah, it looked like they were.
Team Soul, knowing the fact that all they have to do is play hyper defense, just chill in their base.
Arbiter stuck in King Storm.
Going down to it, that is the end of their push. They almost had something. If they pushed earlier, they could have easily gotten that KO. Robbie Roo taking out one of Team Soul.
There's Arbiter.
Arbiter with that cheeky bomb kill on Blue. Rainmaker being reset. Inkslingers getting that quick pop on it. Grabbing it with Red Gem. They were taking the flank route. Booyah Bomb going off for Inkslingers. Red Gem getting picked off by Vic, which is the play they wanted to do because their backline is down. Blue Racer splashdowning on Arbiter, taking him out. A doing the worst thing ever and dropping down, probably costing them the game right there. Team Soul showing the fact that Inkslingers are not as good as they say they are. Icy taking out taking the Arbiter, hard pushing into their base and using their special, but going down immediately.
And have a string crash and attempting to reconnect right now. Those watching the VOD, don't worry, you will. And we're back. don't worry if you watch the VOD on YouTube later. You will have the full match, no interruptions.
Primetime TV, boys. That's what you get. Inkslingers trying to desperately push back in because they have less than a minute left. Which means they really Arbiter going down. If Team Soul plays their cards correctly, they could keep the Rainmaker away from Team Inkslingers and win the game. There is 40 seconds left on that clock. Can Inkslingers get that essential push off? All Arbiter needs is to get that special up. But Vic realizing the fact that he was going to die and risked himself to take out Arbiter, to take out the Rainmaker. Arbiter doing the thing that he needed to not do, which is falling down. He uses hammer. Unfortunately, he misses Icy.
He takes down Icy with the Rainmaker.
Vic also going to take down Icy.
Oh no!
Blue takes him out. All Soul needs to do is make sure that Inkslingers does not pop the Rainmaker, and Robbie goes down, and that is game. Inkslingers losing their best mode to Team Soul.
This has definitely been a one back and forth match.
Blue raced through with that really nice flanks, taking out the people he needed to. Just overall being very well played. Inkslinger was never expecting him to do it, and he kept on doing it. A lot of team people switching, and whilst we're switching, I'm gonna go mute myself and get some water. My throat is dying.
And up next, quite often referred to as one of the worst modes, Clam Blitz. I definitely agree, not as good as the other modes, but actually playing with good teammates, it can definitely be fun. And
in my personal opinion, as the Clam Blitz extraordinaire, it is the best mode in the game by far. As a person that specialized themselves in Clam Blitz, after I realized the fact that no one knows how to play the mode, I decided to specialize in it, and so I did. In my opinion, after playing many hours of this game and being my first X rank, I personally find it to be the best mode and most balanced.
Right.
It fits a lot more maps, in my opinion.
In Case and Robbie are back in for Inkslingers. And Outlaw and John 2 return for Team Soul.
Inkslingers going for their Season 1 and 2, mostly a Season 1 and 2 lineup. As much as Season 1 and 2 as they can get. I see an Outlaw getting back in there. Icy's been playing a lot of matches. Arowana Mall and Clam Blitz. Easily Arowana Mall's best mode.
Right. Unless the Inkslingers are pushed into overtime for a win, this will definitely determine who wins the match. The final score will either be 5-4 Inkslingers, 6-3 Team Soul, or a 5-5 tie, depending on if Soul takes an overtime loss.
we have Inkslingers and a nice yellow in Team Soul, and an also nice light blue coming from Inkslingers. We have the Kenta Splatter Shot, the Nouveau Dapple Dualies. Not Dapple, what am I talking about? Is that Nouveau, actually?
It's one variant of that.
It's a variant of the class of the Dualies. The Kenta Splatter Shot Pro and the Deco and the heavy Splatling Deco. Team Soul rocking the custom Dually Squelchers. The Inkslingers taking the first goal, pushing it to 56, which is a nice first push. Back to the weapons. Vic Worth on the Splash-O-Matic, the Sploosh-O-Matic 7. The 52 Gal and the Splat and the NSTAP 85. Team Soul unable to be pushed into the middle, whilst Inkslingers stay in the mid and grind up clams.
Arbiter's coming in and taken down.
Going down.
Hello.
King of Dogs and Robbie holding down the mid, whilst Team Soul is holding down their base, not letting any of Inkslingers come into their base. Arbiter taking out 2 of them, going in for that push.
There's Kaysen as well with the football.
Kaysen grabbing the ball, and that is goal, but unfortunately they weren't expecting John 2 to come from behind. We have a DC from Robbie Roo.
Oh. Well, it's like that within the first 2.5 minutes. Unless
it is fair, but I highly doubt the fact that I don't actually know if Team Soul can win the 1v3. I mean the 3v4. Kaysen taking out John 2. Vic going for King of the Dogs, but unfortunately they turn right back around and go for Kaysen. Vic taking out King of the Dogs and Arbiter, and it is very clear that there is going to be a run back. Well, you know, as the famous Meme Man said in that one terrible YouTube video, it's rewind time. We're going to be running this back, guaranteed.
Almost guaranteed.
I highly doubt the fact that Team Inkslingers are going to be coming back from this.
That is definitely a good point. But, as they say, it's not over until the last clam's thrown.
Well, they usually say that when it's not a 1v3, when it's not a 3v4, so...
Fold ate a very good push there.
Icy just not knowing when to give up continues into their base.
And Inkslingers are actually making a solid push. But Kaysen drops the football after taken down by a bit.
Arbiter grabbing up that same thing, that being pushed back into their base. Team Soul has enough clams to make a super. Vic going in for the hammer, taking out Arbiter due to the fact he was marked. Vic having the most clams, he takes down King. All I need is 2 more clams to Vic, and that is game, folks. Oh, Vic goes down.
They get the football in, so...
The door is open. They are not taking advantage of it, though. Icy getting that cheeky in, and that is going to be rewind time, baby.
Yep.
Rerun time, baby. It's rerun time.
Yep.
It's rewind time.
So, that wasn't
Glamorous as we hoped it would be,
Yep.
but that's why we have run backs, baby. It's rewind time.
Yeah, I've got Red coming back in for Inkslingers.
We're rerunning it, but this time without Robbie. I was trying to stream a game earlier today, but my OBS was having none of it.
I during my second to last Torno stream a couple of weeks ago, I had issues. OBS trying to tell me no, but I refused to listen.
It wasn't recorded. My game was in full screen, and it was telling me, "Nah, fam, you just get a black. You're looking at a black screen, not a game." So
that'd definitely be an issue.
Yep. So I ended to stream extremely early and didn't end up streaming. But it was fine because, you know, that just happens.
Now, for real this time, unless someone in Team Soul
disconnects, which would be kind of hilarious.
Considering that Robbie was the first to DC, and it took up until this point.
I highly doubt it.
Red with the custom jet squelcher. Aside from that,
interesting choice for this map. Same as last time, except for the jet squelcher, which is a very interesting pick on this map. Personally, not a fan of the weapon, but that's just me. It's personally a lot better than the default dually squelcher.
And I just noticed the team colors in game match up perfectly with my scoreboard.
Nice way to end it. Kaysen grabbing a ball, but unfortunately falling through the grates and losing it.
And Arbor's got another one, and takes down
taking
Outlaw.
out Outlaw. He's
And
going to solo push. He's solo scoring. King of the Dogs taking out Vic. Getting 2-3 in. Kaysen going for the follow-up. Getting taken out by Outlaw. That is going to be a worse push than last time, stopping at 71.
And Red has another football ready.
Which is not a very good thing at the moment due to the fact he can be seen from across the map. The goal on Souls is now back up and ready to be shot at. Arbiter going for the 1v1 with Outlaw. Outlaw taking the L. Icy going back in, taking the L to Arbiter. Arbiter going for the flank. And unfortunately, Vic notices the fact of that and goes for the escape instead of going for the kill. He grabs out his hammer, misses Arbiter twice.
Only football in play right now is Team Soul's
Inkling.
Clam.
And Arbiter was his own football. Sneaky bomb kills. Team Soul is in no way ready to defend. Booyah bomb going out. That is scored. John grabbing the ball. Inkslingers just scoring on them with no penalties on them at all due to the fact Team Soul is not playing any defense. Vic going to kill Arbiter, but Arbiter just doing the neat thing that Lucius hate, which is just backing up. Kaysen scoring once more. Going down is just Arbiter with 4 clams. He's going to be a cheeky bastard and go for 3 extra. That is a 12 push. That is a really hard push to come back from.
Indeed.
Is it impossible? No, but unlikely, yes.
With
John 2 pushing all of the Inkslingers and expectedly going down. Vic were pulling out his hammer, but unfortunately wasn't able to do much with it. Outlaw getting the decent trade with King. But unfortunately, it looks like it's going to be another easy push coming from Inkslingers. Icy doing the smart thing, using his range against Arbiter to take him out. Kaysen not going into Booyah fast enough and having that Clam get sent off the edge. There are probably some people down there that are not liking that, not liking getting hit by a football.
And Icy made a good use of his dodge rolls to dodge through a Stingray.
Icy going down to a random bomb. Outlaw just jumping right off the edge.
There's Vic jumping in.
John dying to a curling bomb, the big app. Vic also dying to a curling bomb. That is not the way you want to go down.
And King has a football.
1 minute is left on the clock. Inkslingers need to do something to make sure that Team Soul does not get that pity point. They are trying to go for the same push they always go for, but they successfully do it. Kaysen is pushed back, though. They get the score.
And there's a Stingray.
Booyah bomb going off. Outlaw getting wrecked by Kaysen. They have the clams to keep that thing open. They have the ability to win. Icy needs to hold back the 1v3. Going down, though, and unfortunately, they have the clams to do so. Arbiter is going, and that is KO with the score of 5-4.
And the only KO of the match.
Inkslinger is showing that they're nothing to be messed with, but also showing the fact that they're pretty weak. That was definitely some interesting matches. Definitely a VOD to watch.
Indeed. And as much as I like to stick around for stuff, I need to actually sign off right now, because I've got my own team practice to get to.
Well, I've been your co-host, Butters. Catch me streaming tomorrow with some Dokapon at Butterminer 1234 1245.
And in a normal stream time of about 7 p.m. Pacific, or a continuation of Kirby's Dreamland 3 with Sandman of the Three Master Gamers. See you guys then. Later.